It's bad enough the past few years that people have been making fun of Tua because of his injury problems and how he's underperformed in the NFL, but now they're making fun of him for this. Here's my thing with all this. How are you clowning a man for trying to do better? Well, ladies and gentlemen, can you believe it? We haven't talked about this guy in months. I low-key forgot about him. We got an update on Tua Tagovailoa. I'm trying to think back. I think the last time we even made a video on this guy, it had something to do with a concussion or some other injury. I don't know. It's been a long time. I love Tua to death, but unfortunately, the dude just can't stay healthy. That has been his biggest kryptonite in the NFL. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's a solid quarterback, but it's hard to validate those claims when you're not healthy. You can be the greatest football player in the world, but what does it matter if you're only playing 8-10 games a year? And the same thing can apply to your everyday life. You can be the best employee, but if you're only showing up 3 out of 4 days or 5 days when you work, you're going to get fired. It is what it is. But in today's video, the update we have on Tua, it's interesting to say the least. Within the past couple of days, a video of Mr. Tua Tagovailoa has been going viral and everybody is clowning him. How are they clowning him? What are they saying? Well, I'll give you a little tease. They're calling him Tua the Tubster. They're also calling him Eddie Lacy 2.0. So yeah, you can put 2 and 2 together. We're going to talk all about that. And also, we got another update on Will Levis. We've got a lot to talk about in today's video. But whoa. Hold on. If you're new to the channel or simply been watching and you're not subscribed, consider joining. We're on the road to 300K and can't get there without your help. All right, Matt Bella, subscribe up. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty, let's take a look at this Will Levis situation first, because I just want to get out of the way. We're only going to talk about this for 45 seconds. I'm not giving you a backstory, not giving you a run through. Long story short, you know how I feel about Will Levis, and he's currently with the Titans. He fell in the draft, blah, 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 blah. I don't have time to give you the backstory. But here's what I do have time to share with you. Apparently, Will Levis has been, quote-unquote, slinging it at the Titans OTAs. It's also been reported that his deep ball has stood out in the early OTAs. And last but not least, as you can see right here, he is putting pressure on the rest of the current quarterbacks in the Tennessee room. Do I buy that? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm going to show you some of the video clips that have been circling around the internet. It's just about 4 or 5 throws of him throwing in practice. And I'm not going to lie, he looks good in these throws. He's making good throws, but nobody's guard. I mean, these are wide open throws, guys. This is practice. This is like me and you in the backyard playing catch. This isn't a college quarterback. Maybe if this was a college quarterback, I'd be hyping up these throws. But we're talking about professionals. Am I going to sit up here and get overly excited about a professional throwing a 20-yard pass? No, I'm not going to do it, but here's what I am going to do. Let me know in the comment section, do you think I'm underhyping this, or should I talk about it some more? Should I give it more recognition? I don't know. Me personally just don't seem like it's the biggest deal in the world. Let's get a move on, though, to the main topic of the main encore, the main reason you clicked onto this video. We got to talk about good old Tua. Ah, yes, good old Tua turned the ball over. I'm just playing. But seriously, let's lock in. Let's get down to business. He's had a weird career already. He was really good last year. I remember early on in the season, people were talking about him being an MVP candidate. And then, as we all know, that terrible concussion injury happened, and it seemed like ever since that, it was downhill. And the reason I say the Tua conversation is so weird is because anytime you bring him up or anytime someone talks about it on TV, all they say is, oh, they should have took, and by they I'm referring to Miami, they should have took Justin Herbert. Why did they take Tua? That was a huge mistake. And as much as I love Tua to death, I would say at this current moment in time, yeah, I'd take Justin Herbert over him. It's just due to injuries. And also Justin Herbert does have a cannon of an arm. But at the same time, I want to make this clear, I still think Tua can be a great quarterback in the NFL. He has a ton of potential. But the one thing that continues to hold him back in the NFL, and it even held him back at Alabama, are injuries. I don't know what it is. Some people in this life, they just can't get over the injury hump. They're injury prone. And when you can't have a healthy season and you're always getting nipped up and banged up here and there, it messes with you mentally. But regardless of all that, Mr. Tua Tagovailoa has also been showing up and practicing at the OTAs just like Will Levis. And a bunch of videos of our beloved Tua Tagovailoa, they've been going viral. Why have they been going viral, you may ask? Well, it has a little something to do with he's looking, how do I say this? Thicker. He's looking like he's put on a little bit of weight, or maybe some people would say a lot of bit of weight. I'm going to show you some of the video clips right here, and I think it's fairly obvious, and it looks noticeable. Maybe it's the video, I don't know, but he does look thicker. He does look like he's gained and put on some pounds. And here's one of the videos that really took off because CBS Sports posted this. It's a side-by-side comparison of Tua in 2022 and Tua in 2023. And I don't know if it's easy for y'all to tell, but to me, it's night and day difference. In 2022, he looks about 6'2", about 225, 230. But in the Baltimore in 2023, he looks like he's 5'4", 275. He looks like a tubster. He's looking chubby. I don't know another way to say it. But here's my thing with this. People are trying to make this seem like it's a bad thing. No. I disagree. I think it's a good thing. If you couldn't tell, I was joking when I was calling him a tubster. Seriously, it's good that Tua's putting on weight, but people think otherwise. It's bad enough the past few years that people have been making fun of Tua because of his injury problems and how he's underperformed in the NFL, but now they're making fun of him for this. When I tell you that Tua can't catch a break, this is what I'm talking about. Somebody in the comments said he's on the Zion 45-day challenge. Oh, man, seriously, I don't know why he looks so big in that. Maybe it's because, is he wearing, well, he does have a hoodie on. Maybe that has something to do with it. Or not a hoodie, but it looks like he has a cutoff with a hoodie on. Maybe that added some weight. I don't know, but even his leg, yeah, look at his legs. Even his legs look bigger. Check out this comment. I just ran across it. Yeah, he's done. Injuries already, then puts on more weight to be held up, and it looks like fat, not muscle. He's done. All right, that's enough. I got to come to Tua's defense here. Do I personally think that Tua's put on a little bit of weight? Yes, that is, at least according to these videos. He does look a little bit thicker. But, and I have a big but, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. Here's the funny and ironic part about this. When he got into the league, what was everybody saying? Oh, he needs to put on weight. He's too tiny back there. He's going to be injury prone, blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what happens? He puts on weight. Now what are people saying? Oh, yeah, Tua's getting fat, man. He's looking chubby. He's looking like a tubster, blah, 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 blah. This right here goes to prove and show you can't win in this life. People are always going to criticize you for everything you do, so you might as well do what you want. They make fun of him for being skinny and having injuries, so what does he do? He puts on weight to avoid the injuries, bulk up, get prepared for the hits he's going to take next season, and now they're still clowning him. Here's my thing with all of this. How are you clowning a man for trying to do better? He obviously has nutritionists who are telling him, hey, you need to put on this weight so you can absorb the hits. Tua's a hard worker, man. I don't even buy it. I don't even believe it for a second that he's quote-unquote let himself go. I don't think he just gained this weight because he was eating bad or any of that. It's obviously to prepare himself for next year. That's how I feel about this, but also I do want to bring this up before we end out this video. I've also seen reports come out that Tua is wearing a video recorder mounted on the side of his helmet for the offseason. That to me is kind of crazy because now Mike McDaniel can see what Tua is seeing and they can go over it and change stuff when they need to. Here's my big question with Tua wearing this camera on the side of his helmet and him and Mike McDaniel going back to dissect the film. How effective is it going to be? Because it's not like he's going to be wearing it in the game, but check out this comment. It's positioned on his blind side, so I wonder if it's to work on his blind side awareness. Unless it was simply positioned there so his hand doesn't hit it as he throws the ball. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of questions people have about it as to how Tua and Mike McDaniel are going to use it to their advantage. I just think in conclusion, it's so Mike McDaniel can get a better view of what Tua's viewing. You can hate it all you want, but at the end of the day, technology is kind of cool. I'm excited for Tua next year. I just hope and pray that he can stay healthy. I think him and Mike McDaniels, they get along great. I think he can be a top 10 quarterback in this league. That's his potential. Now, will he ever reach that potential? I don't know. But here's what I do know, and I will stand firm on this. A healthy Tua is a dangerous Tua. He's one of the most underrated players and disrespected players in this league. We'll see what happens. We'll see. Let me know your thoughts down below. But,